What's going on, guys? So we got bamboozled a little bit. It was funny. I was coming up over a hill, right? Why's my light so whatever? I know what I look like. My phone light is very dull for some reason. But regardless, I was coming up over a hill on the parkway, and this is usually where I turn the camera on. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's start. And then as I'm turning the mics on, I just see a blockade of cars, and I'm like, oh no. So, waited a minute, put where I'm going in the GPS, and I was like, how much traffic do we really have? It said like 10 minutes worth, give or take. We're through most of it. So I made a phone call or two, and figured we'd try again. So here we are, guys. We're heading to the gym for what's today? Back day. A big boy freaking back day, baby. Let me tell you, for some reason, couldn't tell you why, my back day videos always do better than everything else. So, for those of you that keep watching the back day video, man, I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments why you think the back day videos are the most popular ones. I will say I do know that I film more on back days. I'm not sure how or why that came to be. But we are going to be filming, for those of you that just like to watch the workouts and stuff. I got that magnetic tripod. We're going to be filming a lot more of the lifting while we're in the gym, so, you know, like I always say, thank you. Thanks for keeping through with the changing times, if you will. And that's about it. Whew. So on that note, we're feeling good, feeling strong, 2 meals deep. It's 11 and change in the morning right now. And man, we're gonna freaking kill it today. Here's what I'm thinking. Excuse me. Besides yawning because I need more oxygen in my life. We're gonna go in there. Rope pullovers to start. Superset with like a rope row, just to put some blood in my back. From there, heavy dumbbell rows. I'm talking going to the 180s, heavy. Maybe 7-8 reps, something with those big boys. From there, we're gonna go into like a high V-bar row. That's gonna be for the upper rhomboids. Go from there to a reverse grip pull down for the lats, primarily the lower lats, but it is the best way to target the lats, period. Those reverse grip pull downs, because your body naturally uses the lats like this way more than it will like this. You know, it's really incredible how your wrist positioning affects everything you do. You know, like a regular curl to a hammer curl to a Zotterman curl to a million other things, right? To a, you know, an anterior delt raise to a lateral raise. Little movements affect what we do tremendously. Excuse me. I didn't sleep well last night at all, but I can't even blame that. I'm just tired. And we're going through a construction area right now. This guy, one of the construction guys, decided to park his car about a quarter way into the lane instead of just on the open field in front of us. A quarter of his car is in the middle of the lane. You know, little things like that never help, if you will, which is silly. And what's funny, I'm passing a sign right now that says speed limit strictly enforced, and it says better late than never afterwards. So maybe over a construction site, that's not the best saying at the moment, because nobody's speeding if we want. Nobody's going the speed limit if we wanted to. You know, the funny thing about that is, if you've ever driven, oh my god, I'm sorry guys, if you've ever driven on Long Island, right, there's a lot of states that are pretty strict with the speed limit. On Long Island, in particular, if you're going the speed limit, you look sketchy. There is not one person, one law-abiding citizen rather, that is actively going the speed limit everywhere they go, unless they're like 1,000 years old. And even so, you're double taking and be like, what's this sketchy guy up to? And you're like, oh no, it's just somebody's great-great-great-grandmother. You know, this close to the freaking windshield. Crazy. But now we're moving again, guys. Here's my point. We all just got out of the traffic. We're moving again. Everybody's already over the speed limit. It's natural instinct here. But really one of the funniest things is, if you're doing the speed limit, and I can't vouch for the rest of New York, but Long Island in particular, you look sketchy. It's like, what are you trying to hide? Going the speed limit. What's in your car that you can't risk getting pulled over for 5 miles an hour? Or 10, whatever it is. You know, what are you up to? The guy going 75, whatever. The 10 other people going 75 next to him, whatever. But you're doing 55 in a 55. What's going on with you, man? Your hazards aren't on. Something's up. Something's up. And it's funny, but it's, you know, like I say to my fellow Long Islanders, it's true. If you're doing the speed limit, you look like a sketchy dude. But not my problem. So my weight's been up and down and up and down. Excuse me, I'm trying to hold that yawn in. The weight's been up and down, left to right, up and down, etc. But it appears that on like an overall weekly basis, we're gradually going up. Slowly but surely, you know what I mean? We're going to change things up in a little bit to try to push that a little heavier, a little faster. Because I've got about 6 months, I want to say. Really less. But 6 months at like maximum to gain 25 pounds to 30 pounds. Which right now, as of yesterday, I was about 228. So we're talking about putting me around 250. I would like to see 260. So, you know, I'm shooting high, but that's just how I always do things. So I'd love to see 260 by early spring, which means we're putting on about 32 right now, about 32 more pounds on. No. 230. Yeah, 32 more pounds on. That was right. I couldn't math there for a second. And then the key is I don't want to hit that weight and then immediately diet down, right? I want to stabilize that weight for a little bit. So we want to hit that 260, or 250 technically, 245, 250. I want 260 because that's just, you know, how I am. And hold it for a little bit, you know? Make sure the body just gets nasty, gets gritty there. So my body knows, hey man, this is a new placeholder for us. We're good. We're solid right now. Then once that's no longer brand new fresh muscle that was built, let's say, a week ago, then we're going to diet it down and take over the world, baby. Take over the freaking world. So overall, the poses look good. Everything's in check and we're in good shape. There's 2 weak points I have to bring up right now. which is my arms and my chest. My back is good, which is I guess why you guys like all the back videos. My legs are solid. My legs are pretty good. My shoulders are good. Abs are solid. It's just those arms, my little... And what's funny is my arms aren't bad by any means. They're 19 and change. They're 19 inches. But for the size of my legs, the size of my back, and I guess the size of me overall, they're falling behind a little bit. Like they should be 20s right now, which we'll get. And I always knew they were a bit of a weak point for me. So it's not like I was told this and I'm like, what? Oh my God. You know, I knew it. I knew it, which is the reason I started all this stuff. The coach training and so on and so forth. The biggest pity is that my chest, it used to be a really strong point for me. But then after one injury, after another, it started to lag behind a little bit. Because there was about 2 years straight, basically, where I couldn't kill it in the gym for chest. Even so now, I can have a good chest workout, but I can't, obliterate it. I can have a really good chest workout, but totally obliterating it with the careless nature that I would, let's say, a back workout, it's too risky for my pec, because if I hurt it again, I'm screwed. So it's just a funny little conundrum, if you will. I like that word, conundrum. Which, not debilitating or anything in terms of my training or my results or where we're going to go with it. But it's going to take a special type of training to really bring it up more. And man, you know that we're going to do whatever it takes, no matter what, to get to where we want to go, to get to where we need to go. We're going to do whatever it takes to make that freaking happen, baby. And you know what? We'll be there in a little bit. We're too far for me to slam my pre-workout. And I don't want to keep yawning in your face, because it's just, I feel like it's rude at this point. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're definitely going to get there. If you can see, the video is going to be longer than about 13 minutes. So we're definitely going to hit some workouts in the gym. Hopefully, if nobody's in there, we're going to pose as well. And on that note, my friends, I'll see you inside.